in knowing how to be your own publicist. We are small business owners, we're girl bosses, we're hustlers, side hustle bosses, trap queens, whatever you want to call yourself, but you here because you're like, how do I market my business? How do I get out there further? But one thing I want to know, I want to make sure that I'm answering all your questions today. So can I get 2 volunteers to just tell me, what do you want to learn today? What do you want to know about PR? Yeah, them hands went up. I love that interaction. Yes! I'm going to start with you.
Greetings, everyone. I wanted to know how to introduce the conversation with media outlets, bloggers online, or channels like news channels or stations.
I think you had your hand up. Yep.
My question will be the best way to put myself. I mean, I have a vision, I have an idea of a business and everything, but how do I really promote myself?
If I can take one over here.
So if you could give us like a snapshot of a great pitch for ourselves or a business, how we could put that together if we had to like fill in the blanks for the media.
How to effectively convince others to pay you the proper price for your work.
So overall, it looks like we are trying to build awareness for our businesses while being authentic to ourselves. Simply because you can't be out here faking and phoning. Eventually people will find out who you really are. So one of the biggest reasons that I'm in business is because I realize that no matter how awkward, how quirky, how scared, how introverted a person is, they deserve attention for their business. Now, I consider myself an introvert. I'm not the loudest person in the room, and I'm really comfortable in small groups instead of, big stages and things like that. But what I found is you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to generate ideas or to generate a vision for your ideas and for your business. It's really about putting yourself in the right place, the right time, with the right people. I've been a full-time entrepreneur now for 3 years. And in that, I work with creative entrepreneurs and small business owners to generate attention for their business, to build a buzz for their business. Now, I want to share with you the 3 most important things that I have when it comes to growing your brand awareness. It starts with your mindset. You have to be able to speak from your heart. And you also have to make connections, not announcements. Now, before I dive into this talk with y'all, I want you all to text the word WERK, W-E-R-K. You can write down the number if you need to. But my notes and the guide is going to come directly to your phone. So the word WERK, W-E-R-K, to 404-800-1806. Everybody got it? One more time. So text the word WERK, W-E-R-K, to 404-800-1806. And you'll get my guide and everything that we talk about today. Now, real quick, by a show of hands, who wants more and better clients? Yes, bosses. Who wants more referrals? Who wants to grow a bigger following? Yes. Who wants to share their expertise from a stage like this? Perfect. So good, I'm around all the right people. But first things first. If you want to know more about PR, you want to know how to be a publicist, you have to know who we are and what it is we do. A publicist is somebody that's going to come up with a strategy for you to connect with your target audience. We're going to make you say the right things to the right customers so that they understand more about who you are, about what it is you do, and how you can make a transformation for them. So, a lot of times, PR gets confused with advertising. So before we jump into all the things that PR can do, I need to show you guys the difference between what PR is and what advertising is. So, I was checking out this wonderful Essence magazine, and I found the magic of PR. And I was like, yo, that's dope, I gotta show them. Okay, so in this article, have you guys heard of AJ Johnson? Yeah. She's the mother from Baby Boy, And she also is a fitness trainer now. So in this article that she had in Essence Magazine, it's a 2-page spread. And I'm gonna send this around the room so you guys can look at it later. But in this magazine, she's talking about her expertise. She talks about her transition from actress to fitness guru. She also names off some clients and even shows their picture of people she's helped, transformations she's made. Essence, Keisha Knight Pullum, Tisha Campbell. And Tisha Campbell nowadays is looking real good, right? She's been training with AJ Johnson. She gives you tips, further giving you credibility to who she is, what she does, the services that she provides. Y'all, this is the power of PR. Having the ability to talk to your audience and share your story. Now, what is advertising? When you go to the very next page, Kotex got an ad. And in the Kotex ad, you see a plus-size yoga instructor. You don't know her story. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know if she can help you. You don't know if she's a teacher. It's just an ad. So that's the difference. But I would be amiss if I didn't show you guys a really great ad. Because I'm bigging up my Black businesses today. That's all I'm about. Where's this tab at? I didn't move my tabs. Hold up, wait a minute. Well, what I was. Okay, here it is. So a couple tabs in here for you guys to look at when you pass the magazine around. So, in this ad is by Main Choice. I know y'all have heard of Main Choice, right? So they're a natural hair care product. But what I thought was so dope about this ad is it shows the executives. Because like the Kotex ad, you don't get to connect with the yoga instructor. But they've put their usernames here. They've showed the faces behind the brand. They show where you can get their product. This is a dope ad. If you're gonna have an ad, if you're gonna pay to put your face in front of somebody, make sure you do it right. Don't pay. This ad, I looked it up, $30,000. Yes. So who is spending $30,000 on an ad? I'm not talking about your year-long ad spend on Facebook. I'm talking about one time to put your face in the place. That's advertising. PR, we telling your story though. So, y'all can pass it around. And look at those. But the beauty of PR is that if you're on a budget, if you need to put your face in the place, you can do it through PR. PR does take a little bit longer. You still need a budget with PR, but you're not dropping $30,000 for one ad. Just this year, my clients have been in Essence magazines, Atlanta Tribune, Men's Magazine, you name it. They've been everywhere. Not one of them has dropped $30,000 on an ad. So if you're looking to get in front of the audience, the right target audience, it's important that you're spending the right amount of money. With PR, usually that spend is going to be for an agency, or maybe you're spending it for a photo shoot, to look good, or you're buying your wardrobe. But just the ad, just to get AJ's story in there, that's free. That's the difference between PR and advertising. So in my PR coaching with my students, I help them come up with realistic goals so that they can, determine for their budgets what they can do. Coming up with those realistic goals, if you're going to be your own publicist, super important. Now, first, let's talk about being your own publicist now. Now, if you are going to be your own publicist, you got to have some heart. It starts with your mindset. You have to understand that every day we fight those voices in our head that say we aren't good enough. We don't have what it takes. We too new to the game, too new in business, ain't nobody going to pay attention to us. You have to fight that. You have to come up with that mental toughness that if someone says no, if you're sending out a pitch to somebody and they say no, you can jump right back on your horse and say, cool, it didn't work out with Essence, let me hit up Ebony, let me hit up Jet Magazine, whatever that is. But you have to have that toughness, that mindset that you're worthy of this attention from magazines. You're worthy of this attention from bloggers. You're worthy of everything that you know you deserve. Now, by a show of hands, who thinks they are one of the best at what they do? Let me raise my hand too. You the best stylist, you the best nail tech, you the best social media strategist, whatever it is, you the best at it. But y'all know what I found? The most frustrating thing that can make you mad as hell is when you're one of the best at what you do, but you still get looked over for opportunity. Nobody is still checking for you. Ain't that frustrating? Y'all with me?
Yes.
That's so frustrating. But what I know is no matter how good you are at what you do, it doesn't matter if nobody knows you do it. So with PR and being your own publicist, it's all about getting people to know who you are, getting them to know what your expertise is. PR helps you uncover who your real audience is, helps you have those authentic conversations with people so that they're able to connect with you emotionally. One situation, we did this really awesome event a couple years ago with one of my clients, and she was new to the industry of women empowerment, but she knew she wanted to host an event that would change lives, an event that, you know, people really needed to be at. But she was like, well, Jamillah, I really want to do this, but I don't know if everybody's going to show up. And what it was is she wanted to stop the negative conversations that we have about being women, the negative connotations that we see in the media, the things that we see in the industry, how women are overly sexualized. And I was like, girl, everybody needs to hear this message. I got you, boo. So with that, I knew that we could not just pitch. Now here's your answer. We couldn't just pitch and say, you know, we got this event on Saturday. It's going to be really dope. You know, all the media outlets needs to be there. I see so many people who are looking for PR, but they're just giving you that surface level. So if you're looking to pitch yourself, start connecting your why. Start telling people why you're having the event. Start telling people why you believe in this movement. So when I started pitching that event, yeah, like, I get it. But when I started pitching this event, I started talking about the statistics. Dove had done a study that said only 30% of women feel beautiful. Now that's crazy, right? It seems crazy, but they did the research for us. And we were like, we need to talk about this. This is something that we need to bring to the forefront. So that's how I approached those pitches. We started talking about the why behind the event instead of saying, it's on Saturday, come hang out with us. We got over 1 million impressions on that event. We had 200 women show up on a Saturday in Atlanta in the rain to walk the beautiful mile. That's the power of PR, connecting with your why. And that's my tip number 2. I think I skipped over that. That's tip number 2. So being able to have that heartfelt connection, making that emotional connection with your audience, that's what's going to make people say yes to you more. That's what's going to get you featured in the magazine. Now, that magazine that's going around, if you look at it, AJ talks about why she went from making a whole lot of money as an actress to being a fitness guru. And that's something that will touch you. And that's something that'll make you be like, let me hire AJ as my personal trainer. So that's number 2. And I also had the pleasure of working with Grammy Award winner, singer and songwriter PJ Morton. Now when he came to town, you love him? I love him too. So not his last album, Gumbo, but the one before, Live Show Killer. We worked on that campaign together. But see, I love working with PJ because he's like focused. He knows that if he's going to step outside of Maroon 5, he's got to really build loyalty with his audience. So he was like, you know, when we come to town, I just wanted to feel like homecoming. I want people to know that I'm home. He went to Morehouse here in Atlanta. So what we did was we created a series of events that would connect him directly with his fans. events that would make him not seem untouchable as such a celebrity star. He wanted to shake hands, he wanted to kiss babies, because he was focused on loyalty. Now, when you have loyalty for your brand, people don't mind buying your albums. They don't mind buying from your conference, tickets to your conference. They really want to support you because they believe in you, they believe in your mission. So with this series of events, we did a mixer at Morehouse College so he could have that hometown feel. We did a panel discussion at Cat's Cafe. We did a special meet and greet before the concert. And all these things, he got the chance to talk to his audience and ask them, what do you like about my music? What's your favorite songs? Because when you're able to get that feedback and you're not just shooting out messages, but people can tell you how they feel about your business, how they feel about your brand, that is ultra important because you'll know how to pivot. You'll know how to fix anything that's not working in your business. You'll build that loyalty because people see you out here working. They see that you're serious about your business. They see that you're serious about your brand because you know what they want. You're having that conversation. So instead of making the announcement that he was taking the stage, PJ Morton is coming to town, we didn't do that. We just held events and we said, hey, come out to meet PJ. So people are thinking like, yo, this is free. We're going to have a great time. And then we slid in the message. He got a concert this weekend. Y'all coming? Sold out concert. That is what's so important about making connections, not announcements. That's tip number 3. If you really want to make a difference for your business, start making connections. Have conversations with your audience. Have them talk back. Find out what they want. Make sure that you're servicing them. Public relations, if you think about it backwards, it's relating to the public. It's not just you pitching. It's not just you talking and telling someone what's going on with you. It's not just getting in front of cameras. Y'all, I be so sick to death about people who want to just be on radio or on TV for the heck of it. They don't necessarily have a message. Have y'all seen those kind of interviews? Where you just be like, girl, why are you here? What are you talking about? But that's why it's so important to make the connection. If you're able to translate and communicate the value that you offer, you get that loyalty. So his next album that came out, he handled the PR a little bit different, but he had loyalty. People were like, oh, PJ coming to town. Let me go and check out that gumbo. But that's what's so important about making that connection. It all starts with conversation. It all starts with building real relationships. PR is something that you build over time. It doesn't happen overnight. If you want it overnight, you got to drop $30,000 on an ad. But if you really want loyalty in your business, if you really want people to love you, and that goes further. If people love you, so it's about that. One thing that I teach my students is if you're going to make an announcement, how many times, here's a good example, how many times have y'all been on Eventbrite? And it might be, an event that you're kind of interested in, but all they have is the name, the date, the time. And you're like, I don't know what this is. Like, I want to go, but is it going to be worth my time? Make sure that when you're doing that pitch or when you're making an announcement, people understand why. They make that connection. You can even have, a Q&A on there so that people can build that connection with you. Your PR strategy has to have 3 elements to it. It needs to tell your story, it needs to make the connection, and it needs to have a goal. So often, small business owners and entrepreneurs will get into a place where we actually have the opportunity to talk to other people, but we don't have a goal with it. And if you don't have a goal, you're wasting your time. Okay, so in all of that, I know in 30 minutes, I can answer some questions. I can give y'all the broad overview. However, 30 minutes is not gonna be enough for me to teach you how to be your own publicist. So today, I'm offering 50% off of my PR strategy sessions. 50% off. So if you text that number, if you text WORK to 404-800-1806, you'll get a link at the bottom that'll tell you where to go. It's befriendyourbrand.com/PR-strategy. But that link is at the bottom of your worksheet for 50% off. And I'm only accepting 5 ladies because it ain't Black Friday. But y'all get 50% off today. And I want you guys to leverage my 13 years of experience in marketing and PR. Leverage the knowledge that I have. Because while we know everything, we don't know anything. And you can't even imagine how much further you can be if you can leverage someone else's knowledge. For me, my business didn't change until I hired a coach, until I hired a mentor, so that I could learn about business, until I could learn about sales from somebody else. Like, I'm good at PR. I can do that all day in my sleep. But there's things that I didn't know. Things that I didn't know I didn't know. So until I got that coach, until I got that mentor, I didn't take my business to the next level. But after I hired that coach, after I hired that mentor, my business tripled. So, in all of that, you have to understand that money is an exchange. It's an exchange of knowledge. It's an exchange of value. If you bought a new outfit today, when you purchased it, you was like, that's valuable because I want to look good. If you bought food, that's valuable because I'm hungry. Money replenishes. It exchanges hands all day, every day. You know what doesn't replenish? Your time. You can spend weeks, months, days working on something and still not get anywhere compared to if you had the right strategy to do it. So with all that being said, I hope that I have helped you guys, but I think we have some time and I can take some questions that's specific to your business from the